Carla. Let me introduce to you a wonderful poet, a person that I admire for a long time now, and to let you know that she was born in León, Guanajuato, in Mexico, and she came to the United States at the age of 7 years. But from a very early age, she has been always interested in issues of social justice. She has a compromise with her community, and has written a book, and one or two, dos libros. Casualmente el segundo lo acabo de comprar. The second I just bought it. She used to be the vice president of the Instituto de Cultura Oregoniana, and is involved in projects, radio projects, television, and art installations here in Salem and in Portland. So with that, I'll let you with Vicky Falcón para que lea sus poemas.
Muchísimas gracias, Efraín. Thank you, Efraín. And on the chat, I've posted a link for you to go and get a free copy of Now We Healed, an anthology of hope. And today's the last day to get your free e-copy on Kindle. I'm like trying to get it. And what I wanted to do today, lo que quiero hacer hoy es quiero leer de este libro. I've been in about 6-7 anthologies, written 2 books as a part of a trilogy of healing. My first book, which Efraín helped me publish and edit, an amazing journey for me, and that was Trazos de Mí, Traces of Me, in Spanish, soon to be published bilingually as well. And my second book, Tiempo, Time, which I will be reading some of those poems tonight, is also will be published bilingual. And coming up is Love, a journey to find self-love. So let me share a little bit of this journey through what I've written here in Now We Heal. So les voy a leer un poquito sobre este libro. He escrito como más o menos unas 7, algo así, antologías, 2 libros. Y bueno, parte de una trilogía de sanar, y que les voy a estar leyendo algunos de los poemas de tiempo hoy. Esperemos que pronto puedan adquirir el libro también. Y bueno, me gustaría leerles un poquito de mi historia. Y hoy es el último día que pueden adquirir una copia gratuita en línea, la versión Kindle en Amazon, gratis. Por ahí les pegué el enlace en el chat para que ustedes puedan ir por la copia. Así que muchas gracias. And thank you, Salem Poetry Project, for having me here. And thank you, everyone who joined. It's so exciting to see you after a long, long time. So here we go. Healing through the darkness. There's this deep consciousness inside me, a liberating voice that climbs out of my logic. My body is a vehicle for this soul. My mouth, a tongue twister of truth, and my voice can't stay silent. Here I am. Through the years, I've discovered different parts of who I am. We keep building and digging through ourselves. At least I know I have. I held on to the past for so long, but now I've discovered why. I needed to reconcile every part of my history. I needed to acknowledge every part of my pain. I had to open wounds to heal them better. We've heard that there's no instruction booklet on life. Well, there is also no instruction booklet on healing. However, there is guidance when you ask for it. It will come as the simplest of forms. Be sure to open your heart to notice them. Guidance comes as a tickling in your gut, a deep resounding breath, a step towards the right direction, a flower where there was none, a bird soaring through the sky, a song, a word, an echo, a person, a picture, a call. a light, a star, a smile, and all the small and pleasant things we forget to see when we let worry, fear, hurt, and shame overpower us. I need you to understand one thing. You are hurting. Look inside. Begin the work of falling in love with the only person that knows you and loves you. You. I am healing. This body is failing me again. This mind is playing games. This soul knows how it begins, how it should end. I am healing. Past, present, and future struggles, stories, memories, footprints. I am interweaving connections. Will we ever stop feeling? One day I prayed for healing. I prayed for all. I prayed and prayed night and day. I asked God, the universe, Padre, Madre, Gaia, fuente de luz, fuente de amor universal, fuente divina de todo poder y sanación, to come and heal me. I called my ancestors, the warrior woman, the healing mothers, the grandmothers, the leaders, the guides. I called and called and called them all. I had unconsciously woken up long ago until finally I heard, until I finally stopped and listened. To heal hurts. Trying to understand the unknown, the reason, their divinity. Nothing seems to work. My life lacks balance, but it's inedible when the pain is so real. No one understands, even when they say they do, because it's my story, it's my time, it's my learning, it's my divine intervention. To heal hurts. To heal is to know compassion, love, future, self. I laid for days broken in the darkness. In the heaviness and pain of this body, I filled rivers with my tears, rivers that drowned me when I couldn't flow. There were days I hit my chest, pretending my hands were a defibrillator and it would help stop my heart from hurting. I needed to begin again. I needed one more breath. I did not comprehend how one dies alive, how one grieves the loss of self, how one pulls apart to build back up. I took long showers with tears. I hugged my skin. I purged this containment of darkness. I trembled and kneeled, feeling all of the lives before me, crying. I had finally surrendered, accepted that vulnerability meant humility and compassion. I accepted the hurt that I carried for myself and for the world. I was afraid to collapse, to put my pride aside and say I was not okay. I had to learn that when the soul has had enough, it will knock you down and it will make you cry. I had always been good at swallowing my pain, had always been good at swallowing all of my pain. I had been taking these tears back until one day they erupted with disaster. Sanar. Carne, fruto de la vida. Te doy la sangre, latir vibrante, riega el alma con besos musicales, que no te dé miedo ser la tempestad en la calma, pero no olvides curar el tiempo frágil, el árbol cortado antes de tiempo, niña viajera, que pisas el cielo rojo, mujer fértil, madre divina, fortalece tu núcleo, la esencia de ti. To heal, flesh lies bounty. I give you my blood, vibrant throb, water thy soul with musical kisses. Be not afraid to be storm in the quietness, but don't forget to heal the fragile time. The tree cut down before its time, wanderer who steps on the red sky, fertile woman, divine mother, strengthen your source, the essence of you. Become confident dancing in your room, be free. Learn to love your own skin. Your body is your temple, your vessel of love. I just want to let you know that you are okay. We learn to love through the loss and the chaos. We learn to love even through our darkness, our self-struggle. We learn to love in between the fire and the smoke. We learn to love in the middle of nowhere with no home. We learn to love with holes in our shoes. We learn to love with the fear in our homes. We learn to love with broken dreams. We learn to love after all, and remember, just as we are, the earth is also a living soul. What we do to the earth, we do to ourselves. Let's take care of us too. Be in harmony with yourself and everything that is surrounding you. Be in unity with you. Be in unity with who you are and all of who you are made to be. Be in wholeness. Be mindful of your struggles, and then we will find peace within you. The world is turning red. The world is on fire. Fall is here. All is red. Yeah, it's starting to cool down out here. Fall is here. We are burning, turning into ashes, learning how to die, how there's cycles and there's amber tones of red. We are green. There is water in me for the roots of my ancestry. There is yellow. Everything in the ground is yellow. The gold is hidden under the trees. Through the leaves like thunder, it rolls to the sky. It brings joy like crispy afternoons and evening of skies, a brilliant blue of unique tones you can never describe, light, shadow, everything in between, all worlds combined, never afraid, never forgotten, never broken, never surrendered, always knowing of the intellect and soul we are never divided, even if we try to look for all the excuses that mankind can invent. We shall all coexist. We are each other's valor, compassion, creation, new understandings, forgiveness, redemption. We are the children of the universe, the love of all creation, the creation of love. So I wanted to read that piece because it shares a little bit of what I've been going through. And I'm going to share a little bit more of that in the future with you. And if you haven't followed me yet, you can follow me on any social media, Facebook, Instagram, at VFB Poetry. And hopefully soon you will hear more from me and more of my journey and what I've been going through lately, and most accurately for the past 3 years. And I'm getting better. I was going through some health issues, etc., or I'm going through some health issues, etc., but more to come on that. And this piece was important for me to put on this book because even though when we're going through so much, we can still heal and we can still love and we can still feel grateful. So hopefully this touched your heart. And for those who can obtain a copy, well, I hope that this resonates with you. And para los que no entendieron la parte de inglés, quería dar un poquito un resumen. Porque es muy importante para mí poder compartir mi historia. Más adelante van a estar escuchando más de mí. Síganme en mis redes sociales en VFB Poetry y ahí voy a estar hablando más de todo mi camino hacia la sanación y mucho de lo que hablo es que a pesar del dolor, a pesar de que estemos enfermos, que nos pasen cosas muy tristes, todavía podemos amar, todavía podemos sentir gratitud y todavía podemos estar bien. Así es que echémosle ganas y salgamos adelante. And here are some poems for you from my new book, Tiempo. And to tell you a little bit about Tiempo, you know, for like I would always say, time doesn't exist. El tiempo no existe, right? It's something that we invent. And so I always talk about time, moment, and space. Tiempo, momento, y espacio es a lo que me refiero a veces. And it was, I would always talk about time somehow. And I started remembering also things from my past, and when I was going through a really difficult situation, I started writing, and I started to see that there were so like different, like so many realities, multiple realities, and how certain thoughts were playing in my head, dreams that I was living through, and I wanted to write those and also share. So this is also my healing experience. I wanted to talk about las edades, like ages, just however we see time. I wanted to talk about that, and that's why I also wanted to read to you some of those poems, because it feels like now, after a while, after time has passed, I can finally be okay reading them. It has taken me a while to put this book out, and then we had this whole pandemic, and then finally I mean, the time is right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and read to you Vivir el Tiempo, which is to live time. Momentos que has sentido antes de que sean realidad. Se mueven con cautela para que aprendas la lección. Es de valientes vivir. You feel moments before they come true. They move cautiously for you to learn the lesson. It takes courage to live with the awareness of you. We've been only to the surface to dance with the dolphins. Now you go deep into the sea where the fish with lights live. You might not know that beauty hurts, that tenderness makes you strong. You might not know that you feel all because you're letting go. You might not know that there's no yesterday and no tomorrow, where the pain lies. You might not know that you need to live time and live with the time, a time well lived, because time will be true to you. Con la conciencia de ti has estado solo en la superficie a bailar con los delfines. Ahora te adentras en el mar donde viven los peces con luces. Puede que no sepas que la belleza duele, la ternura te hace fuerte. Puede que no sepas que te sientes todo porque estás dejando ir. Puede que no sepas que no hay ayer y no hay mañana donde yace el dolor. Puede que no sepas que necesitas vivir el tiempo, vivir con el tiempo un tiempo bien vivido, porque el tiempo será fiel a ti. Encuentro, to recognize oneself. Reconocernos hoy significa poder empezar a vivir la vida con plenitud. Dejar de buscar en espacios que nos hieren y poder recibir las bendiciones que hemos sembrado. Encontrarnos hoy será casi imposible porque aun cuando hayas visto el alma, existe la duda en poder tomar el vuelo de la libertad. Te apagas en un mundo lejos del tuyo, donde siempre enfrentarás los miedos que te han enterrado. Saberte hoy te ayudará a definir tu propia necesidad de existir como tú y nadie más. Asimismo, escoger si es importante concebir tus calamidades o tus sueños llenos de esperanza. El encuentro es solo el comienzo, es solo hoy. To recognize oneself now means we can start to live life plentifully. To stop looking for the space that hurts us and to be able to receive the blessings that we've planted. To find ourselves now could seem almost impossible because even when you have seen your soul, there's always doubt in taking flight to freedom, to shut down in a world afar from yours, where you will always encounter the fears that have buried you. To know yourself now will help you define your own need to exist as you and no one else. Thus, choosing what's most important, to conceive your calamities or your dreams full of hope. The encounter is only the beginning. It's only now. Abrir los ojos, to open your eyes. Te veo. Como luz transparente en mi noche desvelada, hay cosas que no se pueden pensar, como el sentir en tus labios o el tocar de tu risa. Nadie puede beber de tu sed, aunque esté temblando de la necesidad de ti. Me siento cerca de perder el miedo y perder la calma hasta lanzarme al encuentro de mi urgencia hacia ti. Hay cosas que no se miden, que no se hablan, que no se dejan escapar. Tu silencio, por ejemplo, es el que más me cuesta. El que se come mis ansias e intenta hablar en susurros. Quizás encuentres todo lo que te pueda decir sobre estas voces que apenas hablan. Quizás hasta que abras los ojos podrás saber que siempre estuve ahí. I see you as a transparent light in my sleepless night. There are things that cannot be thought of, like the feeling of your lips or the touch of your laugh. No one can drink from your thirst, even when I'm shaking from the need of you. I feel close to losing my fear, my composure, until I can run to meet my urgency of you. There are things that have no measure, that are not spoken of, that you can't let go. Your silence, for example, is unbearable. It eats my anguish and tries to speak in whispers. Maybe you will find everything that I can tell you about these voices that can barely speak. Maybe until you can open your eyes, you will know I was always there. And I want to finish with a poem that I think it speaks a lot to me, especially now that I haven't seen so many of you, and I have, dyed my hair, and everyone's like, you're so different. So many things have happened to me, and I learned that I am another person, but I am also still the same Vicky. The same essence of me is still there. And I think that's kind of what we go through when we go through life. We only evolved. We can only evolve and learn. So this is part of what's been happening, right, with me. So it speaks to me. I am another, soy otra. But even though I am another, I'm still Vicky. Así es que este va a ser mi último poema. Este poema habla mucho para mí porque he estado pasando por tantas cosas y bueno, tenemos esta pandemia y no he visto muchos de ustedes y de repente me dicen, te ves bien diferente, ¿no? Y pues sí, han pasado tantas cosas conmigo que me han hecho cambiar y pues solamente podemos evolucionar, ¿no? Y aprender. Y bueno, pues este poema habla sobre eso, ¿no? Sobre que cambiamos y somos otras personas, pero siempre va a estar la esencia de nosotros. Así que soy la misma Vicky. Así es que todavía no don't unfriend me, I'm still Vicky. So here you go. This is Soy Otra. Figuras que aumentan mi realidad, fractales sagrados dibujando las líneas del universo, todo en uno en todo. La conexión infinita entre tiempo y espacio. Yo soy otra, soy la misma. La esencia encontrada, el sorbo de agua pura, la vitalidad en el sonido de mi corazón, las partículas que forman cristales, las estrellas convertidas en diamantes danzantes. Yo soy la misma, soy otra. El encuentro en la verdad de mi creación. Me he convertido en múltiples momentos en memoria colectiva, en singularidad próxima a la música que vibra y hace mover mi cuerpo a la resonancia de un mundo que ama, a un cantar que sana. soy otra, soy la misma. Figures, increasing my reality, sacred fractals, drawing the lines of the universe, all in one, one and all, the infinite connection between time and space. I am another. I am the same. The discovered essence, the sip of pure water, live in the sound of my heart, the particles that form crystals, the stars turning into dancing diamonds. I am the same. I am another. The encounter of the truth of my creation. I have become multiple moments in a collective memory, in the near singularity of the music that vibrates and makes my body move, to the resonance of a world that loves, to a song that heals. I am another. I am the same. So there you go. That was me. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Vicky.
Maravillosa.
Gracias, Vicky.
Maravillosa.
Sí.
Gracias.